Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited about today's video. We are going to be talking all about tips and tricks that busy women working a 9-to-5 job, or maybe you're a busy mom staying at home right now. These are really going to be good for anybody who's busy, who feels stressed out, and who has a really full life and very little time for themselves. So really excited to hop into today's video. If you enjoy content like this, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on anything coming next. Okay, tips and tricks for the busy woman who's working the 9-to-5 job or staying home with the kids or working from home with the kids. Whatever it might be, these are some really easy, tangible tips to make sure that you're carving out little pockets for yourself throughout the day so that you don't feel so drained and empty when you get to the end of your day. So tip number one, which is probably not going to be a surprise if you've been following me for a while, is to get outside and get moving. So whether that means walking on your work break or walking while you take phone calls, or putting the kiddos in a stroller and going around the neighborhood for a few laps, whatever this means for you, getting outside really helps to reset our nervous system and helps our brain to focus on something new for the time being that we're outside. So this is really important, especially if you're sitting at a laptop all day or in front of a screen all day long. It's really important to get outside, get that sunlight into your eyes, and really see something different for however long you have on your break or however long you're outside. So getting away from screens, being outside, if you can move while you're outside, if you can walk, that's even better. That can really help get us out of a stressful moment and moving forward with our day and with our thought process. You start to see a cycle where there's so much that we're focusing on and so much that we're stuck in that moment that it's hard to move forward with anything. So if we can get out and walk, it actually starts to tell our brain we're moving forward, even if it's physically, it sounds so simple because physically, yes, we're moving forward, we're walking, but for our brain, it actually helps it get into that mode with everything else. Like, let's move forward. Let's not stay stuck in this one thought pattern or this one situation. Let's move forward. Let's keep going. Instead of staying in the past or staying stuck where you are, staying stagnant really helps you to move forward in all aspects of your day. And of course, being outside is a stress reliever in so many ways. There's actually been so many studies done on this, which is fascinating to me, but also not surprising at all, because we know that when we spend time outside, we're a lot happier human beings than when we spend too much time inside. So it's no surprise, but I just think it's really cool that people are doing so many studies on this. So be sure to do your research on it because it's really fascinating stuff to learn about. Next up would be to drink an adaptogenic drink throughout the day, or an adaptogenic tea. So this can look anything like a mushroom complex drink, which can sometimes resemble like a hot chocolate, a hot cocoa, and that can kind of replace your all-day coffee. If you're an all-day coffee drinker at the office or at home with the kids, whatever you're doing, that can kind of help replace that coffee so you're not hitting so many of those like highs and then crashes. It'll help you stay on more of an even keel throughout the day, which can lower your stress dramatically, but can also act as a really calming ritual for your mind to look forward to every day. So I'll link some of my favorites down below, but having a tea or some kind of warm drink that's not going to give you those highs and lows like coffee does throughout the day can be really beneficial for your cortisol levels and just something really nice to look forward to. Another tip would be to set alarms or reminders for yourself throughout the day to check in with your body. I know for me, if I'm sitting stagnant for too long at a laptop, doing work, editing, whatever I'm doing that day, my shoulders tend to creep up as the day goes on. And we really want to make sure that we are lowering our shoulders and moving our necks around, loosening our jaw, doing things throughout the day that tell our body, hey, you don't have to be tense, you are safe, so that we can kind of counter that stress response that happens when our muscles are all tight and tensing and our shoulders are in our ears. So set alarms or reminders throughout the day, even like a sticky note on your laptop, to check in with yourself, and just a reminder, take a deep breath, lower your shoulders, stretch your neck, loosen your jaw. All of these reminders are super helpful for your body throughout the day. Along with that tip goes deep breathing. You want to make sure that you are taking those deep belly breaths throughout the day, when we are sitting in one position or sitting at work all day, it's easy for our breath to get really shallow. It's easy to forget to breathe, and our breathing can get really, really shallow throughout the day, which just builds up that cortisol in our system and over time slowly starts to tell our body, you're not safe, you're not breathing, take a deep breath, that kind of thing. So we want to avoid that. So be sure, just like I said with the sticky note, to lower your shoulders and stretch your neck and kind of readjust your body. Maybe put another sticky note to take deep breaths. So another one would be to really set up your space for success when it comes to your stress levels. So playing the calming instrumental music in the background, I really love to have on some kind of like bossa nova jazz or something like that. That's, yes, some people say kind of like elevator music, but to me, it's something that signifies to my body, you're safe, you can relax. I think sometimes for some people, especially when we're working or trying to do things, trying to be productive throughout the day or trying to calm down throughout the day, I think lyrics can sometimes give our brain too much to work with and too much stimulation, and that can evoke certain feelings. And I think it's really important to keep your music choices calm throughout the day. And I think that's really important to set up for ourselves, especially if we don't feel very calm at work, if we feel very stressed there, and maybe it is a stressful environment. To create these things that can make it more of a calm environment for us is going to help so much in the long run when it comes to our stress levels. So along with the music, I would also suggest getting some kind of diffuser, having some calming oils, whether that's lavender and peppermint, or doing something like eucalyptus, which is equally calming but also keeps you feeling awake and isn't going to put you to sleep like some of the sleepier oils might. And just like the music, setting up an atmosphere where it smells really good, it feels really good, and you have that water element with the diffuser can be super, super soothing to all aspects of your mind and body. Okay, last tip would be to have some kind of visualizing tool at your workspace or in your home. So for me, I like to create little vision boards on Pinterest, and I like to have that tab open throughout the whole day. So if I lose track of why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I'm taking so much of my day to work on this project, or why I'm doing what I'm doing with the kids. Maybe you're staying home and homeschooling your children right now. Having a tool like a Pinterest board, vision board, or something like that to go back to if you're having a really hard moment or a stressful moment, and just re-familiarize yourself with your goals and your vision and why you're doing what you're doing, what you're after. Maybe you're in this job while you start a new business and you have such and such amount of months left until you get to quit and start with your new business. Or maybe you're homeschooling your kids and you have a goal of building a home and creating this incredible environment and place to grow up for your children. Or maybe you just have financial goals. You're working really hard with your 9-to-5 job so that you can get a new car or go on a vacation or whatever it might be, save for a future home. I think having that visualization tool is such a good way to remind ourselves why we're doing what we're doing, why we're in the 9-to-5 job, why we are working from home, why we are homeschooling the kids or staying home with the kids. Like, what's the end goal? What's the vision overall? I think familiarizing yourself with that, and maybe this is a good prompt for you to do as well. If you aren't really sure why you're working the job you're working or why you're doing the things you're doing at home, what's your why behind it? I think it's really important to get to the root of our why and create a vision and goals around that we can focus on when things get stressful and when things get hard. I just find personally, when I remind myself and see where I'm going as opposed to just being surrounded by where I'm at currently, it really helps to infuse joy even just in the mundane day-to-day things, because I know what I'm working towards and I know that this is just a season and then we'll move into another season and another season. So it helps you to kind of appreciate and enjoy where you're at while also being super excited and motivated about where you're going. So I hope these tips were helpful. If they were, please leave me a comment down below. Really, the goal of this is just to create those little pockets of you time throughout your day so that you don't feel empty by the end of the day. I don't know why I just threw my necklace to the side. So yeah, I hope you loved it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.